Hello, good evening, my lovelies, my Luna crew. Welcome to round 2 of my attempt to do Hololive Disney. We have Tinkermelia with us tonight, as you can see. Hi, welcome, Andrea Monet and Toy and Bill Idea. Toy and Bill Idea? Toy and BI. Hi, welcome, TB, TBD, TBI. Hi guys, I'm glad you guys could join me. So this is what we did in the morning sesh. Toy and be idea. Thank you. It's a Philly thing. Oh, I've never had a cheesesteak sandwich. That is one of the quintessential Earth foods I should probably try before I leave. But thanks for joining me. So this is what we did in the morning session. I was using a new program called Rebel 4, which I was super excited about, and it's really I can't wait to experiment with it more. But it's kind of I learned quickly that in that session that I do not currently familiar enough with its magical ways to get the effects I want out of it. So as you can see, we didn't get very far, and the line arc is sort of crunchy. So I'm gonna fix it. So this time I am in Clip Studio Paint, and what I'm gonna do in this session is I'm going to clean up the line art, and I'm going to just accentuate and try and finish her up in here and make her more of a like cel shaded Disney-ish character. But I do want to get close here quickly and show you the best example of what I mean by the watercolor thing. So you can see the texture of the paper, that's from Rebel. And my name is here twice because somebody in the last stream asked me to write my name a couple times. So as you can see, there's this little how would you call it? This is why isn't my thing drawing? There it is. This little pool of watercolor stain. That's not that is actually from the program. The program does that. So it's super. That's what I meant when in one of my other streams when I said it was super CPU heavy. It's just taken in a lot of data. Is the paper texture exported as a separate layer? Yes, it is a separate layer. The program comes with several paper texture options and paper types. And then once you're done, you can export it as a PDF, or I'm sorry, not a PDF, a Photoshop file. And then Clip Studio Paint can open up Photoshop files. So it's it's a big circle of convenience. Hey Tuber, X, no worries about missing the earlier stream. You're gonna be here for when we clean up this lovely lady here. So like I said, there are limitations I've discovered in my familiarity and my skill with Rebel. So I've decided to finish up Miss Tinkermelia here. So what I'd like to do first is I guess lower the opacity on the line work so that I can make new line work. So let's see. I want to choose this layer and make that low. And there's also some layers that are linked to some color, which I'm not crazy about, but that's okay. Let's see. Go down. Go away. Go away, lines. We'll come back later. So here you can kind of get a better idea that that's just the really faint watercolor I was using in the old program. So, but yes, this was always going to be just a Q&A, but then I thought it was kind of weird to have me just sort of standing around in my spaceship or back in the cabin answering questions that you may or may not have. So I decided that while I do my little sketchy sketch, that if you guys have questions for me, any questions at all, I am very difficult to offend, but now that I've said that, I'm sure there's some troll that will be like, hold my beer. But, if you whatever you guys want to talk about too. If not, then we'll talk art, we'll talk movies, we'll talk books, whatever you want. Whatever you want. You're too drunk to come. Ooh, what are you currently intoxicated with? Ta-da! Teehee. Mostly vodka and Coke. Vodka and Coke. Interesting. I thought that it was like a vodka. Isn't it it to do? I guess I'm sure there's no rules, but wasn't it rum and Coke? Isn't that the thing on Earth? How long have I known Hindi? I have been learning Hindi for 7 years. I started out by myself, and I was just sort of using books and whatever I could find because I didn't really have a clue as to where to start. And then on one of my trips to Earth, I kind of got to know some people at a Hindu temple, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to learn Hindi?" And I was all like, "Yeah, sure." Because I'd started watching Bollywood movies, and I was like, "What is this beautiful language?" And so I started learning that way. Hey, Opacity, don't be like that. Don't you be like that, Opacity. Oh, I see why, because I'm on the wrong layer. New layer. Ooh, Campari. It's a bitter Italian liqueur. Ooh, my usual is Jack and Coke, but I'm almost out of Jack. No, isn't that a terrible feeling? That feeling that there's something coming up and you want to enjoy your favorite beverage, but you can't because it's like special and sacred. Let's see. Oh, you mix that into a good aperitivo with a prosecco. Also, oh, hello, sir. I'm sorry. Hello, Serafoy. Welcome. Hi, Matt M. Welcome, Matt M. M&M. Club soda and ice. You know what I tried recently that I had never had before? And it was delicious. I didn't think it would be. I tried whiskey with club soda in it. And I was expecting that to just water it down and be yucky. But it was really good. I was pleasantly surprised. So yes, so since I started learning Hindi by myself, I have since then moved on to, I have some online tutors now that teach me about once every couple weeks. It's been hard being stuck out in the woods. The internet isn't always great, and I don't always get to study and do as much as I would like to, but I do what I can, because I do love it. I do love the language, and I'm hoping to someday be fluent. Eyeballing a dark spirit is a classic. Indian chai cream liqueur. That sounds amazing. I have never heard of it, and now you are my hero because now you have helped me see the light. I can't wait to try it though. I can't get it in the woods probably, but learning languages now that I'm out of school. What languages do you want to learn? Do you have anything you're interested in learning? I only have English under my belt. Hey, I have English and I have my planetary language and I have Hindi. Mostly Japanese, of course. Yes. Feel like, given that I'm starting to do the VTuber thing, I should try and learn Japanese, but only so many hours in a day. I'm in awe of people that can like master 8, at least 7 or 8 languages, like as if, like where do they get the time? Because you have to maintain the old one. It just seems like it's just kind of mesmerizing to me. Polyglots are so cool. Yes. So one of the things I was having trouble with Tinker Amelia here in the first chat was that, so Tinkerbell has this very seductive, interesting outfit she wears that is a sweetheart neckline that is, but with very pointy. And so I was trying to figure out if her boobs, if it wrapped around her boobs, or if it was like pressed up against it like a corset. And now that I'm looking closely at the reference that I have, it's actually, I have it wrong, but I think I might leave it. Actually, no, that seems like a good compromise. I'll have the boob kind of go into the top, the bustier as it were, and then have it kind of stick up a little bit. That seems like a fair compromise. Yay! Moby, you didn't break the door this time! I went to France once, but it was very brief. I could only be there for a few hours. And I'm not being hyperbolic. I mean that. I could only be in France for a few hours. So, everybody says that the French are rude, but I think they're just busy. They're just in a hurry. There's a me side. Ah, man. So it's even harder to fix is what you're saying. Thanks a lot. Door death count. Thank you, Modbot. Another thing I talked about in the first stream was how much of a PR transformation that Tinkerbell has gone through. Because I don't know if any of you remember what she was actually like, but she's a terrible person. She's not a very nice person. And so they've turned her into this, like, child-friendly, like, pixie, and she's really not, though. She's really not. Your boy's come down with a cold. Ah! Feel better. Take that, the NyQuils or whatever it is. Or cocaine. If you don't have the actual medicine, you could take cocaine and then you wouldn't remember anything. Don't do drugs. Shut up. Don't do drugs. Yeah, it's been a while. She's a grump. She's a real grump, but she, I mean, I don't really, Peter Pan is not on my list of favorites to begin with, but, I'm just amazed that she has made such a turnaround in terms of, like, her likability. I mean, they're trying to stay relevant, which is why they're swallowing everything, but... Oh, good point. Modbot, make the correction, please. Make a note in the files. I won't get you started. This is not a... I mean, we could rant for days about that sort of thing. But that's not what this is about. This is supposed to be a laid-back, chill, drawing stream. In which I make Tinkermelia hold her spyglass in a way that no person ever would. But, there, that's better. What did everybody do today? How was everybody's Saturday/Sunday? Oh man, here's another one of my Achilles heels. I have to draw a perfect circle now. It doesn't have to be really that perfect. It just has to be mostly perfect. Mostly okay. How many rooms are on my ship? There are 3 rooms on my ship, if you don't count the boiler, like the actual engine room. There is the actual, like, the bay, the control room, which is what you guys got to see. There is the kitchen, and then there is the bedroom, where all the magic happens. Oh. Oh, happy birthday to your sister. Does she enjoy the V-tubing? Looks like a lollipop. Heyo! Celebrate with cheesecake and presents, which leads me to my question. How do I like to spend my birthdays? Well, this year I had just recently crashed in the woods during my birthday. My birthday's on the 13th. of January. I like to spend my birthdays with a bottle of wine or a nice cocktail and watching a movie. Like either in a movie theater or in a cozy on my bed in my ship. She likes Mori. I've been playing a Naruto game on my Xbox. The Narutos. I am not familiar with Naruto. I mean, I'm familiar with it. Like, I know what it is. You know what I'm gonna do with this? I'm gonna make it a bigger line because I think that's part of the problem here. I'm gonna increase the line weight. Increase the line weight. Don't drink in hyperdrive. I try not to. In my bedroom, I have the a suspended animation little capsule thingy in addition to my regular bed. And that's what I was supposed to be doing when I crashed. I was supposed to be in hypersleep. But I got hungry and I wanted a sandwich. And when the tum tum wants, what tum tum wants, tum tum gets. Oh, that's terrible. Oh gosh. Were you able to find a monitor to your liking? I'm just gonna go with this. Have I ever met Buzz Lightyear? Hey, don't tell him I told you, but he's a toy. He doesn't like it when people say that, though. I've heard. Those hypersleep chambers give me such a headache in the Eon morning, though. They're not the most comfortable, I will be honest. They are a bit of a... Because you have to be upright. And I have asked the engineer, Ted, who is my engineer, who I'm in contact with, who's helping me, trying to poorly help me fix my ship from a distance. I have told him, why do I have to be upright in these things? And he starts to talk about, he spouts off something about gravity and like G-forces, and I start to tune out. He can fly, if by fly you mean just sort of like, I mean, it depends on how you define flying. I mean, can a flying squirrel actually fly? Or is it just kind of jumping really far and coasting, right? Because that's my feeling about Buzz Lightyear, is that he coasts. He doesn't really fly. God, he's gonna be so mad at me. I'm gonna get phone calls. I've never been to the floaty tanks, no. I hear good things about them. I hear they're kind of nice. Let's see, where are we? Go down. Okay. Actually, what I want to stay up here for a second because I want to do. She has buttons. She has a series of buttons. Which probably. There we go. Recorded Ted advice. Did you turn the ship on and off again? Yes, thank you for the reminder. Do people require clothes in hypersleep? Not really, but you don't have to have clothes in hypersleep, but I would highly recommend it because you never know what the situation's going to be like when you wake up. Like, is it going to be an emergency situation? Are you going to are you evacuating from the ship? Is that why you've been suddenly summoned out of hypersleep? Or is it just like, oh, you finally reached your destination, so you can get out of hypersleep now? So I highly recommend it because you don't want to get caught in a situation where you're like, you know, in your skivvies or maybe you do, I don't know. Hello, Danielle. Have you been anywhere cool on Earth you want to talk about? I have been to lots of different places on Earth. I have been to, I wonder what kind of bun she has. Do you think I'm gonna give it a spiral. I likes me a spiral. That's just a stylistic thing I'm doing. That's not anywhere in either character. That's just me making an executive decision. I've been to lots of places. I've been to Ireland. Um, and in the places in Ireland I have been to of that are cool. I have been to the Giant's Causeway, and I have actually have not been to Blarney Castle. I've not kissed the Blarney Stone, but I don't feel too bad about that, because if you start to think about like the germ implications of that, it's better that I didn't, I think. I have been to India. Like I've said, I've been to India several times, and I love India. I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound kind of like cheesy about that, which is if you ever get a chance to go, don't skip out on the Taj Mahal. You definitely need to go there, because yeah, there's a bazillion different photographs of it, but it is you have to see it. It's gorgeous. It's just an amazing building, and I will say, don't bother going inside. You can go inside, but there's nothing inside to see. And they rush you through it really fast, and it's dark in there. Like, there's no lighting at all, because they're trying to, like, preserve what's in there on the walls, but you can't see it because there's no light. So, I would just say stick to the outsides, especially if you're, like you have agoraphobia. That is an agoraphobic's nightmare. But the outside is gorgeous. You can walk all around it. Definitely go to the Taj Mahal. Don't bother taking a picture of it, though, because, again, there are a bazillion pictures of it, and the pictures don't do it justice, so just go there, soak it all in. If you're an artist, or if you feel like sketching it, sketch it. But, yeah, go there. Oh, have I met a green person? They are they are nasty. Now, wait a minute. Is this supposed to be? Is this a Irish thing, or is this an alien jab? Because they're green. There are green slurs for both. Bermuda. Ah, and you came back. You obviously didn't go through the triangle. People with green skin. No. Oh, actually, I do want to address that, though, since we're talking about Q&As and questions and things and green skin. I've not met people with green skin. In the sense of humans with green skin. I have seen humans with blue skin. The guy that ate all that, what's it called? That silver. He ate like a ton of silver, and now he's blue forever. Look him up. I can't remember his name. Times Square is cool to visit. Oh, I have been to Times Square. It is pretty cool. Like, it's touristy. I get why people don't, but I think it's kind of cool in a kind of a monumental sort of way. Colloidal silver, that's it. I was trying to think of the word. But for the green skin thing, the interesting factoid about aliens and green skin, at least for my people, where I come from, the green, like people talk about the grays, and they talk about the green skin and the gray skin, that's actually a thing, but it's age-related. So, the sort of I guess your equivalent would be middle-aged, older middle-aged maybe, have green skin. And the grays are kind of the seniors of our culture, of our society. And that's why they're always the ones that show up in all of the sightings that you guys have, because they're the only ones allowed to do those big, important route missions, because they have all the experience. So if you're wondering how old I am, for real, I mean, if you see me starting to turn a little green, you'll know I'm getting up there. I'm starting to get up there, but not quite yet. Oh, James Cameron's Avatar. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. That's all I'm going to say about that. She has this weird, I guess it's in her garter. She has a, oh, and like at the top, she has like her, it's hard to see from the reference thing. She has the thing she keeps the, her mystery injections in. Color-coded aliens, yes. It's a seniority-based system, but like, I'm I'm not. It's not that I'm not allowed to explore. Or land. I'm just not allowed to. Like clearly, I was here on doing an exploratory visit. It's just that I'm not allowed to, or I'm not supposed to anyway, directly interact with the locals, as it were. If I turn green, you might get a little racist. Well, ain't no room for that in my world, friend. We might have to bid you adieu. Do I want to do more of the kneecap? No, because it looks weird. I'll leave it alone. Leave it alone. Here's my question about Tinkerbell. She has these, I assume these are the bells on her feet, on her shoes. But they don't have like the little bell, that little thing that the bell would, you know, that I'm talking about, like the little opening. So I just think they're like little poofy decorations. What's my favorite Indian dish? My favorite Indian dish is palak paneer, which is a cheese and spinach dish curry. Pom-poms, right? Like they look like pom-poms. That's what they look like to me. But I can't remember because I haven't seen the movie in a while. I don't know if that's the thing that's actually like she's called Tinkerbell because that's the only sound she like makes a tinkling, like a tinkly sound, right? I think that's if my memory serves me. But I thought it was made by her shoes, but I could be totally making that up. Palak paneer is my favorite. I had it a few days ago. Ah, it's so satisfying. I didn't get any green down here. She has green, she has tiny little wings. I can always add them later. Oh, got to do the back of her sleeve. Basically sog with anything or paneer with anything and I'm there. Rice or naan or both. If I had to choose, I'd go with rice. And that's only because I do love me some bread. Loves the breads. But if I was going to choose between... I actually, of the breads, I was actually going to choose roti. Roti or paratha. Paratha. Fairy who mended pots and kettles like an actual tinker, and her speech consists in the sound of a tinkling bell. Well, there you go. Thank you, Seraphoy. I was supposed to go out for Indian food as a graduation party. My teacher was Indian, but another you-know-what breakout happened. Yeah, it's a bummer. Hopefully that situation will clear up soon. Alright. So, where are we? Alright, we've got the line art, kinda. Kinda. I'm wondering if her teeth should be showing. Like her bottom teeth, maybe? I don't know. Let's see, when I smile, I go, ah, my upper teeth show. I was, Modbot! You must excuse Modbot. He's not so good at, you know, the human-y human stuff. I guess she should have teeth, right? Yeah, that's better. Maybe... Alright, and now I've been avoiding this part, so I'm gonna go back to it. Her syringes. Tiny technical parts like this are intimidating to me. Let's see. So, let me look at my reference. You guys can't see my reference, but I am doing my best to be as faithful as possible. She's got two syringes. And they're strapped to her. I mean, it seems like a very sort of hazardous way to carry them. But everybody does what works for them. Now, if I were carrying syringes, I would carry them in my cleavage. And then I would just, like, I don't know. I always think of syringes in this, like, for some reason, I guess I think that she might be using them for, like, I don't know, like, as a weapon or, like, defense. So I would just put them down in my cleavage and I'd just whip one out and I would just, like, stab whoever was trying to, I don't know, get at me. She's just built different. She is. On the side of the thigh is actually okay because you can't flex the thigh outward. Fair point, fair point. My boing boing? Well, you put the little, like, you got the little safety caps on them, right? Like the little, like the... You've seen, I mean, have you been to a doctor? They have little, like, safety caps on them. My question wouldn't be, would they jab me? It would be, would the glass comprising the main channel, would it like get me? Would it get me? But by that I mean, would it like break and shatter into 1,000 pieces? A trypanophobia, fear of needles. I can come back to this part later. I can certainly do other things. I can fill up colors. If it is a legit fear for you, sir, madam, I actually don't know. I will do something else. I'm serious about that, if that bothers you. See... Oh. Yeah, see, hers have the little she has you can see the needle, but they have, like, little safety caps on them, too. Like this. Glass shrapnel doesn't sound pleasant. It does not. Are they plastic now? You'd have to tell me. I hate killing good combos. I mean, again, if we are at the point where the only good conversation we can have has to be about syringes, I have failed you as an entertainer, as a friend, as an alien. So... Hardened plastic and generally single use. Even like the pointy pin part, the actual part that gets stuck in, it's plastic. The needle is metal. But the little container part is not. Oh, she has like oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna give her her tie. But it's gonna be like a clip-on. It's like, cause she doesn't have a collar. I'm not giving her the Amelia's collar. It's gonna be like, well, let's just see how it looks. Maybe it looks stupid. Maybe it'll work. Who knows? Let's see. Besides, just seeing doesn't scare me. Just don't try to poke me with them. No, just the container part is plastic. Stabby part is metal. Boy just got friend-zoned. Ooh! Who did? Who got friend-zoned? Not me. Let's see if that's gonna be stupid. Also, is it the Japanese or the Western order? So my Mira is a Japanese. It means bay, like by moonlit bay, basically, loosely translated. And it's the Japanese order, like Mira Luna, like my Luna is my name, Mira, I guess, would be the surname. But you know, in my streams, I order it in the way that most streamers, Japanese streamers, do. If that answers that question. Am I from Space Japan? No, this is all a part of, see, this is a part of, like, before we leave, when we're studying the planet we're going to visit, we have to do a fair bit of learning how to blend in. And, so I took this route. I was, you know, cruising around the internet. I just sort of took note of what was popular, what people liked, and, you know, figured I'd have some fun with it. Alright. Let's see. To go in. It's a tiny, we want to go in here with a tiny brush eraser and erase all this stuff. Because that's how I will know if I like it or not. Because it's hard for me to visualize. I sort of have to see it. I have to see it, experience it visually. That's okay, I guess. It's kind of cute. I don't know. Because if I put the tie around her neck, it's going to cover up her cleavage, and I don't want to do that. She's got nice cleavage, and I don't want to cover it up. Have I discovered the dark side of the internet yet? I figured that was most sides were dark. Alright, well, I ponder the question of that, the wisdom of that. I will try and start doing the cell shading and improving the color. And actually, I will now get rid of the old line work. Let's see. Yeah, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okie dokie. Alright. So now we have, you can see the watercolor kind of spreading in up here. That doesn't bother me. This was a very experimental piece, so. But, now that we have this, I can start filling in big swaths of color. Sort of. I think because she's already got some color in her, that I'm going to try, it's going to end up being a little bit more, I'm going to see if I can, what it looks like to shade her in with, like, charcoal and pastel and stuff. Let's see, Kiha, let's see, how, have you ever had interest in superheroes movies or cartoons? I was briefly into X-Men, but I don't like the animated X-Men. But I and Batman for a while. But I don't generally like superhero movies. I just don't think that they translate very well. I think they stay better as comics. So I don't really enjoy the superhero movies, the live action stuff. Oh, Jubilee? She's... Oh, poor Jubilee. Her superpower is fireworks. Alright, let me see what I can do with, I'm gonna do a little experiment here. So I'm gonna... Oh, no, I'm gonna do this. So that's the layer, that layer. Oh, interesting. And shift. And there we go. Fireworks are pretty. I'm just not convinced they're good for defeating foes. Nice. I used to be obsessed with Batman. I appreciated that he was a superhero without like superpowers, but then I kind of lost his charm because then it kind of dawned on me, it's like, well, yeah, because he's a billionaire and he has a ton of money and he just made a bunch of weapons. All right. So there are some accessories that she has that I have not drawn yet, but I will work on them as I go. Let's see. Let's play a little bit, you guys. Let's experiment. Let's see. Let's try. Ooh, we have airbrush. We have charcoal. Let's try. Give me pastel. What do we got in pastel here? Chalk, pastel, crayon. Crayon. Sophisticated. Charcoal, noise. Just noise, the concept thereof. They made it into a brush. The guy third in line for the presidency of the United States has been in like 6 Batman movies. Well, that's quite the resume. I haven't played those games, no. The Arkham games. Alright. Well, how big is our brush? Not big enough. I want it a little bigger. And what's nice about Paint, Clip Studio Paint is how much kind of you can get, like, there's brush density and there's, brush size and there's, opacity and then there's texture, rough textured, texture density. How dense do we want the texture to be? I'm going to make it not quite so dense. Stabilization is sort of cool. What have we got here? Ooh, look at that. Fun. But that's not the color I want. So, we'll take this color. We'll make it a little bit greenerer, saturated, and then we'll go back. Skilled brush. Try noise brush. Let's see what it does. All right, so this is chalk, which is acts predictively. Let's take noise. What does noise do? Noise is kind of, it looks like airbrush. Let's go back. Let's change it up a little bit. Let's see, blending mode is normal. Brush density, let's bring it down. A gap. Ooh, a gap. I see. Let's see, that's the only properties it allows me to do. Maybe I should pick a different color so it's easier to see what's going on. Let's do white and see if that helps. That's not any easier, Luna. Let's do red just because it's the complementary color and we'll get to see something. Hey, no, give it to me. There. It's kind of airbrushy. Let me get closer. Yeah, that's noise. That's all noise does. Do I watch any of the V Shoujo girls? I do. I love Neanners, I have to say. And I watch Iron Mouse sometimes. Alright. So, I'm actually going to go back. Because I can select something. Let me select, let's go back. Pencil, pastel, pen, marker, brush. I'm going to go back into watercolor and work within that. Wet bleed blender. Ooh, that sounds painful. Running color edge watercolor. Smooth watercolor. Transparent watercolor. Opaque watercolor. Isn't that just gouache? Ignore me, I'm talking to myself. I love iron. Any indies I enjoy? Let's see. Indies that I enjoy. Puzzlement. Nothing. I'm having ones that I watch regularly. There's no one that I watch regularly with any sort of really strong devotion. Of the Niji Sanji, I despite not knowing Japanese, I really enjoy listening to Debbie Debaru. Just the sound of his voice makes me very happy. But Independence. As of yet, I'm so new to the community, I'm still kind of exploring. I discovered, the other day I discovered Queen Minty, and she seems like a lot of fun, but I haven't been able to catch any of her streams. Let's see. Transparent watercolor. What's watery? Control C. Whoa, that's holy moly. Here we go. I needed something to be more refined, so I made it the smallest brush that I had. All right, Captain Krabs. Well, see, I have it modbot. I haven't had a chance to really watch Captain Krabs. I've only seen like snippets. Watery watercolor. So the watercolor functions in Clip Studio aren't as useful as the ones in Rebelle. So I'm actually going to go back into. I'm going to see what I can do with the airbrush. Let's see, brush size, that's fine. Hardness, change the hardness. Brush density, yes. Continuous spray, yes. Thick brush, wall depth count. Hey, what's going on here? Is it it's giving me guff with oh, that's highlight. No, I want heart. Give me what I asked for, fool. Fool of a program. There we go. That's kind of nice. Interesting. Any indies that... Oh, we already answered that question. Insufficiently. And see, the problem now, actually, that I'm adding this color is that it's covering up the lovely texture of the paper in the back, as you can see. So, maybe if I change the blending mode, it will not do that. That was multiply. Let's see, let's do screen. No. Let's do screen. Where's screen? Where's screen? I know it's here. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's better, I guess. Multiply sometimes. Well. Let's see, I want to get into painting. Seems so much more forgiving than styles that rely on strong line work. Yeah, I mean, it's true. If you, that's why I liked getting started in watercolor, and why I usually work in watercolor is because some people hate watercolor because it doesn't give them the control they want. But that's kind of what I like about it, is that I get to kind of let go a little bit and let the paint do whatever it wants to do, and then I kind of work within that. It's nice. It's a little bit freeing. See here, I'm gonna go back in and add some textures, because I lost my watercolor texture. But of course, you can't do the dark without the light, or something. Nope, that's not what I want. That's a lie. Don't you do this to me. Hey, Control Z, my friend. Brush density. Less dense. I'll soften it. That's what I'll do. I'll just soften some of it. kettle. Hey, Luna. Hey, Casey Coyote. I got into this through Pick-a-Me. Oh, yes, I know Pick-a-Me. Or, I know of her, I don't know her. That makes sense. Amen! Welcome, welcome! Like, I was able to do thumbnail blob sketches, but once I tried to blow it up to the proper art size, disaster struck. Yeah. It's funny because I've seen a lot of artists, digital artists, do the whole thing where they flip the canvas back and forth to check the proportions. And that, I've been illustrating for a while, and that's something that I never did. I just sort of like assumed, I just went with it. I just went with whatever I came up with. And so now I'm kind of scared that this entire time I've been drawing really, really horribly deformed figures. But can't undo the past. Can only move forward. Forward! Oh, you found me via Reddit. Ah, yes. So far, the Reddit response to my Hololive has not been... my Hololive Disney has not been all that positive, but that's okay. I'm easygoing about it. I've learned to let go, if you will. To not let it get to me too bad much. It helps that I did this mostly as a joke. Let's see. Nah. I mean, that's okay, I guess. It's not showing up too much, though. I'm gonna go back to the airbrush, I think. Go back to airbrush. And I'm gonna stop taking color. I know I've been color picking from the actual reference photo, but that doesn't seem to be helping a lot. So I'm just gonna do what I think feels right. It feels good. Reddit can be pretty mean sometimes. Yeah, the internet can be pretty mean sometimes. That's why you have to like step away from it. And just sort of keep things in perspective. You know, people are gonna say what they're gonna say. And sometimes, a lot of times people will say things just to make you angry. It's like, in a lot of ways, it's like traditional bullying in that sense. But, having a sense of humor helps. Detaching yourself from validation, knowing that, you are who you are, and you're a decent person, and you're a decent artist, regardless of what people say. And you're always growing, you're always learning, and constructive criticism is this strange thing where even if you get really good constructive criticism from somebody who means well, you don't have to take it. So learning to take constructive criticism and know what to keep and what not to keep is art unto itself, I think. It's hard because as artists, you associate so closely with your art, like it's part of your identity, you know? Let's see. If we're talking about how we got into VTubers, I got into them when my friend sent me a video of Project Melody shaking her chest. Hey, you know what? It takes all types. I guess I've been talking about VTubers as like a thing that Japan does for years. Caught the occasional Kizuni AI clip back in the day, but wasn't actually into it until Pick-a-Me. After I crashed my ship, it was like, I'm so lonely out here. How do I connect with people? How do I am friendless. I'm stuck, trapped. How do I make friends? And I think I found it by accident, honestly. Let's see, I don't want that much. I want a little bit of more texture than that. Whoa, that is huge. Oh my goodness. Oh, I see, that's intentional. All right. Whoa. Hey there, friend. I see. It seems like the VTubing stuff has just hit critical mass. Yeah, there's a lot out there. There's a lot of personalities out there. Yeah, they only know you at that point. They don't know you as a person, so so don't take mean things on the internet to heart. That's true. That's good advice. I feel like there's been a bit of toxic turn in the community, but I think the medium has much farther to go. Oh yeah. I mean, it's interesting because there are limitations to the technology, and yet, despite those limitations, people still kind of really get into it, and I can see it's gonna. I mean, growing with the community. My motivation, people get into it for different reasons. My motivation was really, and this is going to sound super sad, but I got into it because I was kind of lonely. And it seemed like a lot of fun. It seemed like it would be fun to play around with. And I figure if all the other, the good stuff comes with it, the success or whatever, notoriety was kind of, it was almost a good thing that there's so much kind of out there, because then it sort of narrows the pool of people that find you. And then the people that stick around with you are kind of really interested in you, right? So it's not such a bad thing to be a small indie, in some ways. It's like the awkward adolescence for the medium. Yeah. How many bottles of Le Cheap am I on now? Well, let us be realistic. You haven't actually seen me ever drink Le Cheap, have you? I just keep the bottle on my desk. For all you know, it's all just decoration. I am actually drinking it right now, though. I am drinking Le Cheap right now. It's delicious. It's delicious because it was a bargain. We're glad you're here. Aw, thanks. That makes me feel really good. Yeah, I was really. This is the beginning of my second week, and the people have just been so, very supportive, particularly on Twitter, which is and then in the streams, I've just been really surprised by everybody's been really warm and accepting, and easygoing about stuff. When I was worried that I'd show up and I'd make a bunch of mistakes and people would just ignore me and stuff, but. Which I guess I was sort of prepared for. I was kind of preparing myself for that. But people were really, really nice and really encouraging. And so I've just had kind of a blast so far. So thank you. Well, I mean, dollar wine might be a mistake, but some mistakes are worth making, my friend. It feels like a peak, but I think it's likely to become more of a modality of content creation, less of a sort of narrow cultural thing. Yeah, I mean, I think right now it's in a place where only a certain stylistic approach, certain capability for certain content, access to certain content, to resources is sort of the limitation. The technology has its limitations, but obviously that stuff. Technology expands and grows all the time, and people get more access as technology becomes more affordable and more available. That's what leads to the innovation part of things, and so it'll change and it'll get better or for worse, but for better or for worse, Ooh, that is extreme and not what I wanted. Here we go. Hey. Why are you apologizing for missing my streams? My dear friend, you have a life, and I acknowledge that. I am not always a part of that, and that's okay. I am pleased as punch when people come to my streams, for sure. But it's not like I'm sitting there with a tabulate, what's the word I'm looking for? Like an attendance list, and I'm marking who doesn't come, and I'm sitting there stewing over it. I mean, I always enjoy it when people arrive, but trust me, my friend, I acknowledge that there are only so many hours in a day, and people have to work, and people have to make a living, and people have families. So that's why it's so wonderful when you can join me, and why I enjoy it so much. Well, Thanks. Yeah, I try to keep it chill. I try to keep it relaxed. My drink of choice is mead. Oh, mead is so sweet. It's so sweet. I generally enjoy sweet things, but mead is a tough one. Let's see. What do I want? Let me go back here. Take a lighter color. Go back into that. Get that texture back. Yeah, exactly. Sarah Froy has it right. Never be apologetic for missing a stream. Be happy to catch a stream live. Because you can always go back and if you feel left out because it's like, I missed out on the inside jokes, just go back and watch it and when you have the time and then you'll be all caught up. I cannot tell the difference between... Hey there, Figgy! Mead, wine, or bear? Or bear? Well, the difference between... Well, here's the thing. The difference between wine, mead, wine, and bear is that at the end of your experience with mead and wine, you're probably still alive. Drink bear, acquire arms. Oh, I mean, I mostly follow small tubers these days, the kind of people who'd notice my absence. Where is Tuber X? It's just not the same without him. Close it, shut it down. Shut it down. So interesting. Our friend, Tinkerbell is very tan, actually. The original Tinkerbell is quite toasty in her tint. I guess in compared to Amelia. Amelia is extremely pale. So I'm gonna go with kind of an in-between here. Ooh, Modbot! You've got a secret admirer! Eh? 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 So my friends, we have reached the hour mark, and I have barely... I am not even close to finished. But again, I've been enjoying talking with you. I'll probably continue to draw for a little bit, for those who are interested in sticking around. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. But if you can't stick around because you only budgeted yourself an hour, then don't feel bad about having to head out. This is gonna... It's gonna take me some time, my friends. Which, you know what? The good stuff takes time, am I right? Ooh, I'm gonna have to blend that. I don't like the way that looks at all. I'll blend it. I have a blend function on here too, which is nice. Let's see. Have you ever seen the Disney movie Brother Bear? I have seen the Disney movie Brother Bear. I was not too impressed with it. I wanted to like it. I think I liked the art style more than I think it's the story was what turned me off from it. But yes, I have seen it. And the music was great. I like the music. So I actually do listen to the music still. But I was not a fan of the movie itself. Ooh. Caught some of the brown there in the lines. I guess that might be okay, actually. Interesting. Nice, barely finished. I appreciate a good pun. Oh, the horse movie. Yes, Spirit. I grew up with obscure crust punk dirt bike movies. Crust punk. I'm gonna break it down. Crust punk. Now, when I think of the word crust, I think of pie. So I hope that that is something that is a part of it, because if it's not a part of it, I'm not interested. So crust punk. Punk, yep, got that. Yep, check. Dirt bike, yep, know what that is. So, well, I guess what I'm saying is I know what all those words mean separately. How do I feel about live action remakes of old Disney movies? Let me think. The ones that I've seen I have not liked. I guess just because it isn't that they aren't in and of themselves good movies. It's that I want different things. I don't want to keep watching the same movies over and again. But I want something new. I want new stories. I want new, you know? So I think they annoy me because I know they're just doing it as a cash grab. They're not doing it because of any wholesome reason. It's just to sort of cash in on nostalgia for people who grew up with the animated ones. So that's my feeling about it. I'm trying to think if there's one that I liked, but like a live action one that I like, but I can't. There's nothing coming to me. Maleficent 2 was super bad. Stenchcore. That's cool. Was disappointed that The Life of Pi wasn't about math. I was disappointed that The Life of Pi wasn't about pie. Let's see. No, it's filthy low-budget dirt bike punks going for enormous air and getting hospitalized when they break everything. Also, punk music recorded on a potato. You know, that sounds kind of fun. I might check into that. Superbad was pretty good, though. There was an older art movie called Pi. It was pretty wild and mathy. Oh, yes. I've heard of it, and I know of it. I have not seen it, though. Crusty Demons of Dirt. 1 through, I think, like 20. Wow! It was a cool movie about Ramanujan. Let's see. Amelia, I don't know does Tinkerbell, what color are Tinkerbell's eyes? The reference I have, her eyes are closed, so I don't know. But I know that Amelia has blue eyes, so that's what I was going to go with. But does anybody know what color Tinkerbell's eyes are? Google! Aw, I'm sorry. Pie cravings. I can't get pie either if it makes you feel any better. I have an easy bake oven, but ingredients are limited. Oof, I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm gonna have to go in there and do work a little bit of magic in there. Woo, pixelation. Oh, hello. And we're back. Let's see here now. Nope, don't want that. There we go. Oh, blue. Slightly deeper blue than Watson, but just barely. Alright, so it sort of works. Where's my brush size? Make it lower. Make it smaller. Why are you being this way? Sometimes it glitches out, like it decides it doesn't want to use the tool that I want to use. Well, fine, be that way. I'll use this one instead. I don't need you. I probably do. I probably do need that one. I see. Soft, shadow, hard. Brush size, hardness. Maybe I have to go up hardness. Maybe I have to do more density. Huh. Interesting. Is it on a different... Oh, it's on multiply. That's why it's not working. Ooh, that's funny. Normal. There we go. Woohoo! And then now... Yes. I don't want that. I want this instead. And then... Alright. Select. Deselect. Being... There we go. There we go. Let's see. So, ooh, she needs a little bit of rouge in her cheekies. I think that would be a useful thing to have for her. Let's make it very soft. Soft. Let's make the brush size. It's normal. It's very soft. Brushed continuous spraying. Let's see what that does as opposed to not. Is it just going to be chunky? Ooh, that is very... She got a bit of a breakout there. There we go. Let's see. Just want it to be just there. You know? I should have... Oh, I know what I did wrong. That's okay. It's okay. No, it's okay. Whee! Oh, now it looks like a topographic map. I have an idea. No. Magic wand, whee! Yeah, right? Oh right, we gotta give her the Disney gleam. We gotta give her that one little like point of light where... Let's see, what are we gonna need for? We're gonna need ink for that, I bet. Ooh, there's a brush called Bit Husky. Make it thick. A pen. For effect. Calligraphy. G pen. I'm just gonna go with this one. No, make it white. I'm going to do this. I'm going to color pick. And I'm going to do this. There. What's my favorite game? Let's see. My favorite game. It changes. My favorite game, like a computer game or console game. Let me think about that, because there's a couple. I like the classic Mario Brothers. I love Mario Kart. I really like Death Road to Canada. It's a lot of fun, especially to play with other people. Like having other people to stream that is a lot of fun, because like it's like choose your own adventure, and it's nice to have people participate in that. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I definitely want to do Death Road to Canada, stream it again. I've played a little bit of Genshin Impact, which I like. Oh, this one I haven't played in a while, but I really like it. Okami. It's been a while, but I really like it. But I would like it. I'm an artist, so if you've never played Okami, you know why I like it. But I don't know. I haven't seen it streamed. I know. I mean, I know it's on Steam. But I could try streaming that if people are interested. I might put it in a poll or something. Oh, that reminds me. Since you guys have stuck around, I said there wasn't going to be any surprises, and this isn't really a surprise because it's not really that groundbreaking. But last night I sat down and worked on my playlist for my first karaoke stream that I'm working on. And so I have my songs picked out, and I can't wait to set it up. I'm working on it. There's some rules though. There's some rules. I will do the karaoke stream when I reach 750 YouTube subscribers. So tell your friends. Tell your friends' mom. Tell your friend's mom's dog. Tell your friend's mom's dog's friends. We have the same birthday. Birthday friends. Lucky number 13. Random number. Well, I picked it because, I was going to do... I know a lot of people do 500, and then I've seen some people do 1,000, and 1,000 felt like it's going to take a while, but maybe that's because I'm not being as optimistic as I normally am. And 750 and 500 felt like it was too close, so I picked 750. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a nice in between, I think, and I don't know. It seems reachable. It seems like people would look at that and say, oh, okay, so we won't have to wait too long. Because I don't want people to be waiting around for it. I don't want to keep saying, I don't want to keep reminding people, this is what's going to happen. And then 6 months from now, we're limping over the 1,000 subscriber line, So I put 750. Oh, she's cute. Oh, she's coming out cute. Not too bad. Oh, Luna, you surprise yourself. Let's see. What I'm gonna do here, this is the behind, oh, that's taken in more than I want. So I'm actually going to color that in by hand. And just take this color, this blue color. Tell Reno. Spread the word. Tell Jeannie. Reno and Jeannie. It'll be a dedication concert. In memory of Reno. Sweet, gentle Reno. Acapella finished death metal. Well, you may be in for some luck. If acapella though, I don't know if it's gonna be acapella. I gotta have something to work with. I feel like gotta have some kind of beat in the background. I am going to sing something in Hindi. Thank you for asking. I have one Hindi song is on the list. So we'll see. I mean, I have a lot of Hindi songs that I like. I'm definitely probably gonna need like the lyrics next to me just to make sure I get them right. But yeah, definitely on the list. And by the way, again, I don't sing. Here's my plan. Because I don't have a good voice, I'm gonna be straight up and honest with you guys. But I also like singing, and I know people like karaoke streams. So what I've planned on is I've picked songs with mostly with the intention of things that are gonna be easy on the ears, for lack of a better word. Like, they're not gonna be too. I'm gonna try not to hurt you. Because you've been so nice to me. Oh, tunuk tunuk tune. Any Japanese songs? No Japanese songs this time around. I thought about it. Excuse me, I thought about it. But I don't even know. I don't even know any. Like, I couldn't even tell you the name of one, even from like a show. Like, I couldn't give you the title of one. And so that feels a little bit weird. So, but if that's something that people are interested in hearing, I'm not opposed to educating myself and reading up on it, you know? Ah, Modbot! Why you'd be doxing me? Ah, you're fired. You're fired, Modbot. Jeez. Ugh. Now everybody knows I'm Adele. Now what am I gonna do? Well, I'm gonna ride the coattails of that revelation ride that to victory, I guess. Have I ever played the Sonic games? I have played the Sonic games. They're okay. They're fun. So what are some of your favorite songs from those games? Oh, I don't even remember. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've played them, so I don't remember the songs, if I'm being honest. Bot's kind of freaking you out. He's a good bot. He is very on point. That's why he has the job, and Mr. Wiggles is pouting. Going to fix this line up a little bit. Modbot is alive and still hasn't accepted my Valentine. You know what? Modbot's probably shy. It's probably too much too soon for him. I got him to be... Yeah, thanks. It's, you know, I wanted to diversify my skill set. Didn't seem like topping the charts was working out. So, here I am. Oh, I've got a little window of green that I missed out on over here. This would be green because her wings would be right there. So I'm just gonna fill that in. Any good pickups lines that I know? Me personally or Modbot? Nice. what am I trying to do? What am I trying to achieve? I don't even know anymore. Let me do this. Whoa, hey now. That's some powerful... See, that's what happens when I color pick from the actual reference photo. I mean, it's technically from the reference photo, so it's technically correct, but it's just really powerful. Do I know any good pickup lines? Gosh. Being in the Lonely Hearts Club as long as I've been, I don't know. I'll give it some thought. I probably have one or two in there. I'm gonna reduce the intensity on this quite a smidgen. That's better. I mean, it's still bright. It's more like my hair color, actually, but I like it better. And I'm also gonna go over the lines again. Oh, that's not the right color at all. Give me the color. Thank you. Just go up to a girl and start talking about your favorite VTuber, bro. Recipe for success. Don't forget to show her the body pillows. All right, so Amelia has this interesting little strippy stripy design on her thingamawhatsit tie. So we'll add that in. Aww. Yeah. I was thinking maybe I should do... I feel like I call you guys the Luna Crew, and I feel like then you need, like, badges, right? Like pins or something. And so I was thinking maybe I could design a badge or something, or a pin that you guys could, you know, wear when you go to work so that everybody knows how cool you are. I do kind of want to design t-shirts and stuff and have like like the Luna shop. How is Mr. Wiggles, by the way? He's still pouting, but he's fine. Like, he'll be fine. At the moment, he's in a bit of a unrequited love situation with the dashboard alien in my ship. I think her name is Deborah. Don't tell him that I told you that, because he hates it when I talk about it. Because I talk about it because I just wish he would tell her. But he won't. So he's fine. He'll be fine. He's just gotta get through Valentine's Day and he'll be fine. Oh, stickers, good idea. What milestone do we have to reach for Luna Body Pillow to be a reality? Ooh. I'm gonna have to put this way out there, you guys. I'm gonna have to say 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. If I get to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, I will find a way to get you a special fancy Luna Body Pillow so that we can be cozy and forever. Y'all know what to do, boys. Hey, I don't know what magic you guys have worked so far, but it's working. Whatever you're doing is working, because I am very surprised by my progress this week in terms of, like, this morning when I had the stream this morning, I thought, because it was a morning and it was a Saturday, that maybe there might be, I don't know, 5 or 6 people, but there were we had about between 15 and 19 people at any given time, so that was cool. Tell your creepy uncle. You can tell your creepy uncle whatever you want. Whatever you want to tell him. I am not opposed to, like, you know, there's something funny about if a rumor is, like, so salacious and so it's so absurd and so out there that it can't be real, but you know, if it gets attention. As the creepy uncle, I'm already aware. Let's see. She doesn't seem as... Her sleeve seems like it's pretty much the same color as her arm. Like, she's that pale. Like, I've colored that part of her arm in, and it still looks like it's white. So we're gonna go in there, and we're gonna just bump it up. We're gonna bump it up a little bit. Take that color, maybe make it a little lighter, and we're gonna bump it up. Take that in. How's that? Control Z. If I do this, it's better. Just to create something that's like some sort of division. All right. Well, let's see where we are. Let's see what progress we have made. Let's see. I don't... Okay, so she needs more contrast for sure. In every way. But, yeah. The basic colors are there, and I'm much happier with the line work. The other line work was just a little too crunchy. She does. She's got some big thighs. They were narrower in the underdrawing, and then they kind of grew as I had made adjustments. But I don't know. She's, like I said in the morning stream, she's got to have something to keep her warm. Like, look at her outfit. She's got to be cold. She's got to be freezing. Hey, Tommy McCoy! I'm also sort of want to fix... There's a lot of things I want to fix. So we won't get through this tonight. But we have certainly made progress. I think what I want to do is I want to kind of tone down a couple things. And shade a couple of other things. So we select. I wonder if there is a tolerance for the select. Let's see, area scaling. Apply to connected pixels only. Close gap. What's that do? No. Okay. To come back to it. I haven't seen Amy's size in a minute, so don't recall if it's accurate or not. You know, it's probably not. It's probably not. But. I'm okay with that. I am comfortable with the fact that I'm still getting used to this program, and that's okay. I should put the pattern on her. Should color in her buttons and put a pattern on her skirt. And then I think after that, well, no, it's only 9:30 here. We haven't been, I mean, not late. Ground pounding builds thighs. That's true. I don't know how I know that, but I do. Let's see. Let's take this color, actually, and then go from there. Why are you being weird now? You're gonna make me do this the hard way, aren't you? Well then. Let's go and do a different layer. Then we'll do this a different way. Yes. Do that. Perfect. It's midnight for me, but I have a lot of liquors to water down. Nah, I don't like that color. That color's too wrong. Too false. Tuber, it is Saturday. This is what Saturdays are for. Liquor and streams. Liquor and streams. And fairy boobies. Get in there and get yourself some fairy boobies. Like you specifically, like get yourself for yourself. Not like see any, but like nah, I'm getting loopy. I've had too much Le Cheap. But is it possible? Is it possible to have too much Le Cheap? I would argue, I could make an argument that you can't have too much Le Cheap. All right. Let's see. We want to blend that mo. We want to blend it. Blend it. Blending. Blending. We're blending. We're blending. Blending. Continuing to blend. If our lives depended on it, we're blending. Everyone, we're blending. Blending in. Nah, it doesn't even say. The bottle doesn't even say. It's like, it says Le Cheap, fine quality wine. It doesn't even. There are no details. It's not like it has notes of tarmac and dirty wool. It just says Le Cheap wine. Let's see. I can take this blue. So I'm gonna take this pink. Peachy peach color. We're gonna go on here. Actually, this color should probably be more of a, like a purplish color, something cooler to contrast with the brown. So, that's what we're gonna do. I'll leave the peachy color, but I'll add something else, something a little cooler. Oh no, wrong one. I was like, why does that look that way? It's because I'm on the wrong tool. There. Oh, now she just looks like she's bruised. This is a problem. I'm gonna switch to her bodice then. She has her plaid pattern. I will do that in pen. But let me see. Oh, she's also got an interesting pattern along the border, like a peachy, like more of a light colored one to sort of round it out. So let me do that first before, well, no, because it goes over the top of the darker cone. So I'll do the vertical stuff first. Oh no, not Papa. Let's see. Does the background have a papery texture? Is that done with brushes and stuff? That is the background. That is the paper layer. If you at the beginning of the stream, I was talking about how I had initially done the watercolor part of this, underdrawing of this in a program called Rebel 4, and that program is much better suited to watercolor washes and paint texture, and so it comes with a bunch of paper background textures that actually respond to the media. So it will spread, it will show texture, the watercolor and the water paint will spread in a certain particular way, and the charcoal will smear in a certain way, all to do with the texture of the paper. So that is actually done, that is actually a layer, a separate layer. I'm wondering if it should be angled. It should go like this. Not. Let's see how I feel about that. Because I know I'm going to do the light colored stripes that she has on the bottom first. Got a bigger brush. Can aliens fix illnesses? To the extent that, I mean, in the same way that you can fix illnesses. Like, can we cure? There are diseases and illnesses on my planet that affect my people that we don't have cures for. But we can, so if it's sort of like, if you're asking, like, do we have, like, a magical ability like a unicorn does that, it can take all the poison out of something with its horn? No, that's not an ability that we have, unfortunately. That being said, we're quite advanced, I would say, with our medical abilities. Do I have a formal background education in art? I do. Because my job was going to be, because I was going to be a biological illustrator, my training I had to go through quite a bit of training, actually, before I would be allowed to brave the great unknown and go and find strange and wonderful species all over the galaxy. But yes, I do have formal education. Oh, is that how they got Kennedy? Oh, that's news to me. I have a book on my bookshelf back at the ship that is called A Natural History of Unicorns. And it is written like one would write a natural history of anything else, like birds or bears, but it sort of explores the history of unicorn sightings and the lore of it, but from a naturalist's perspective, as if they are real, of course they are real, of course they are. And I mean, I've seen them. Haven't you guys seen them? It sounds like such a cool job. It is a super cool job. It's it can be demanding. Because I'm sort of, now that I have finished my education, I am beholden to academia. I have to report a certain amount each month or whatever. And this being crashed in one spot, being sort of stuck in one spot for as long as I have, has kind of taken a toll in my ability to produce content. Luckily, my bosses are pretty understanding. But you guys, if you go through my Twitter feed, you'll see a couple of examples of some of my biological illustrations. And once I get more, as I practice more with Rebel, that is actually the format that I would prefer to draw my biological illustrations in. So you'll see more of that program, and you'll see more of my biological illustration style on this channel. If you want to stick around for or if you want to join me for more art streams. I think I'm going to go with the back and forth here. I think it makes sense. And then it looks like a spider web right now, but I'm going to go back in and thicken up some of it. Gotta love nice bosses, you do. They're few and far between. Evolution. I took evolutionary biology. Yes, it's fascinating stuff. Have I seen or heard of My Hero Academia? I have not. You were a model or was being a model for a grade 12 biology textbook. Interesting. Like a model, like a figure drawing model? I see. Modbot? First of all, Modbot, don't make people feel uncomfortable, okay? It's supposed to be a welcoming, safe space where people can talk about whatever they want to talk about without being, you know, confronted with personal questions like that. Actually, what am I doing? Why don't I just do this? Yeah, I can fix it. I can tweak it later. Some of these narrow ones I'll have to go in by hand. Yeah, right? Sarah Froy. Sorry, I'm keep mixing the R's up. See, you can tell that Modbot is very sorry because he's using all caps. He's either very sorry or very loud. Maybe both. Whoa! Hey there! Ah, no, we've had it's the Great Molasses Flood of the I don't know, was it 1899? Control Z. I fixed it, you guys. Control Z. That's the benefit of digital, is that, like, I can't do that with my paper illustrations. Ta-da! It's a little bit crunchy, but I can do some repairs. It's one thing I can fix, my own drawings. It's one thing I can fix around here. 1919. Thank you. Yeah. The Great Molasses Flood. Quite a few people died, actually. If I'm remembering correctly. 60 people, maybe? I have been to Massachusetts. I I have met your massholes. I am acquainted with them. Ah, thank you. Are you just on the Wikipedia page, Sarah Froy? I'm not judging, I'm just curious. Let's see. Just gonna add a little bit more oomph to these lines. Sad when you don't have enough oomph. Stores are all out of it. Can't get it online. An oomph shortage. Nothing worse. Except for maybe a molasses flood that kills, 21 people? I don't want to talk about it, but yes. Okay, we won't talk about it. Everybody leaves Sarah Froy alone. He doesn't want to talk about it. Forgive me also if I misgender you. Please do not hesitate to correct me. I want to be kind of a welcoming and friendly space, and I don't want people to feel weird about that, so you may correct me. In private, if you wish. A maple syrup heist. Oh yeah, the maple syrup heist! Alright, thank you. A duder. Okay, tuber is a duder. Tuber duder. Mnemonic devices. They are a thing. What did you do that almost got you arrested? Just for having money. Ah, interesting. My only memories of having visited New Jersey is that there are no legal left turns. That is a very frustrating fact. M. Gorl. Andrea Monet, you have such a pretty name. A wad of cash, and the cops were like, hey, you're suspicious. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, you need to have some money, but not too much money. And that amount that might be too much is going to be vague, and we're not going to say what it is. But we're definitely going to give you crap about it. It's not so much plaid as it is like, oh, I have an idea. I know how to make it right, or sort of, kind of, maybe. Hey, that's not working. I know what will, though. Québécois. Sorry, I apologize for that poor pronunciation of that word. Actually, no. Oh, excuse me. Whew, I had a sneeze there. Oh. I've been to Toronto. I liked it. when I was there, there was a comic book convention going on. And so I jumped in with my notebook ready to study. And it's fascinating. Truly. Very interesting. Very enlightening. I did enjoy it. Did you cosplay as Mr. Wiggles? No, Mr. Wiggles cosplays as Mr. Wiggles. No, it was actually not like a con like that. It was a legit like comic books, a comic book convention. So it wasn't like. But gosh, I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to cosplay. I mean, I guess I'm sort of cosplaying right now, in a way. Visiting your planet in the form that I currently have. It's a little bit like that, except less fun. And nobody... It's not like people look at me and go, "Oh, I love that character from that thing. That's my favorite thing." No, they don't say that when they see me. I didn't have any palak paneer while I was in Toronto. What I did have is I had Ethiopian food while I was in Toronto, which was delish. I'm probably putting way more thought into this pattern than I really need to. But this would be really hard to do as like a repeated, like random, like created pattern in Photoshop, so. And I'm feeling very relaxed right now. This is very meditative, and talking to you guys has been great. So I'm glad that some of you have stuck around for a chat, a chittity chat. Oh, do they go, "Oh God, the tentacles" normally? Did you participate in the Area 51 raid? I did not. It's so predictable. I mean, sometimes I have to take a step back. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it was very tempting. But, you know. I don't notice the toilet's on fire because these days, being at the camp, I am usually shitting in the woods. Much like a bear. Let's see. Okay. I mean, I might have to go in and tweak that a little bit, but that's acceptable in terms of progress. What's that? That's that selection line. Select, deselect. I don't know what that was all about. No. Select, deselect. Thank you. All right. All right, where are we? We're at 10 o'clock. So I've been chipping away at this for 2 hours. And 1 hour before that. So, yeah, I'm still getting used to it. But, getting there. But she's getting there. But I think I'm gonna call it a night for now, if that's okay by you guys. I hope you had a good time. I will finish this up and post it on Twitter. It will definitely be a completely different look than the other two. The other two were very flat and very cel shaded. This one is very much this is very much Luna experimenting with new programs, but I hope that you guys had a great time and had a relaxing time. Now, last call for any questions. I'll take last couple questions if you have anything that you've been holding off on. Flat, just like Ina and Gura. Man, I got nothing else. All right, then. I mean, it's not like you can never ask any questions ever again. Like, I'm sure... I'm the type of person that somebody says to me, now, do you have any questions? And I'm like, no. And then as soon as I leave the room, I have like 10. I have 10 very, very urgent questions to ask. But, yeah, you will come to that. Thanks, Casey Coyote. Can I have your blessing? You absolutely have my blessing to marry Modbot. Obviously, I have no power. Power invested in me is limited, but you have my blessing. Did I come to take over Earth? I did not. I came to study Earth and ended up crashing. Anything you really would really appreciate from your community? That's a great question. I would appreciate, let me see. You guys have been so great and really supportive, and positive. What I would appreciate is, I guess, just continue to give me feedback about what you like to see and what was kind of what's working and what isn't working. If you have ideas about what you want to see or what you'd like me to do or play or draw, let me know. Please don't, you can always email me. You can always message me on Twitter. I'm accepting DMs. And I guess, just continue to be positive. Just continue to be supportive. If there's something that you see that bothers you or you think is problematic or is, worrisome, please bring it to my attention. Don't be afraid to do that. I am learning all the time in many ways. Yeah. So I guess transparency and kindness is what I appreciate from my community. And also, I would appreciate that if you enjoy what you see me do and you want to keep seeing me do it and that you just tell your friends. You can always leave donations if you're able to. If you're not able to, that is not a problem at all. But I always appreciate it when they come my way. But yeah, so it takes time and it takes resources to make content. But positivity is the most important thing, to be honest. I know that sounds cheesy, but I kind of thrive on positivity, and your participation in chat is always really great. So if you're lurking for a while, or you're in a chat and you're not sure if you want to jump into a chat, please by all means jump into a chat. I enjoy chatting with people and talking with people. Kind of thrive on that. Thank you, TuberX. Stardew Valley. It's very soothing. I mostly don't watch video games anymore, but I do like this stuff. Okay, yeah, good to know. The lack of extreme dirt bike content is very troubling, though. Hey, I'm small enough now, I'm independent enough now that careful what you wish for. I might I might make the time just for you to to figure out something. Don't make me get the squirt bottle. Would it be too much work to do biological illustration? Would it be too much? No, oh no, not at all. I do plan to do some. I actually plan my next, after I finish the Hollow Myth series and get that under my belt, I am going to be doing a self-portrait, a more realistic self-portrait, so you'll get to see, the real Luna. I'll be doing that. But I'll also be doing, if what you'd actually really like to see is, I'll put up another poll. But if what you really like to see is my biological illustration style, I can start those drawings as well. Those are more long form. But I can definitely do some of that. It's soothing to me. It's fun to me. It is work. There's a difference between doing it for my job and doing it at the behest of people that are just full of love for what I'm doing. So it's a different vibe. Tardigrades! Ah! Yes, tardigrades! What is it? Moss piglets. But, yes. And also, that's one of those questions, what do I want from my community? That's probably a question that I'll probably have a better answer for or a more enlightening answer for later. And once I have time to think about it, I will definitely post it. So keep your eyes peeled on Twitter. Thank you. Yeah, they're super cute. I just briefly tuned into it. I did briefly turn into the HoloLive drawing stream today. It's pretty funny. Creating Murder Bird. Hey, I can't help it. When I arrive, I mean, I do some research, but some of the stuff. I mean, the whole reason I'm coming at the first day is because we don't have a lot of that content ourselves on my planet. So when I arrive, I don't have any names really. So I have to sort of come up with stuff, and we don't use, obviously, because we're not from Earth. We don't use Latin, so we don't use the Latin terms, scientific terms for things. So I just use, I take my language, and then I'm like, what's the closest version of that word in English, or whatever languages I'm using to communicate with people the most often, and that's what I come up with. Emmy's art is cursed. Ina's art is not. Ina's art is beautiful. Lovely. My friend the Dragon Player discovered 3 species of bees. It was so cool. Ooh, the bees. Save the bees. Definitely. They're so cute. Bumblebees especially. You get the impression that you could, keep one as a pet. Like you could make a tiny, tiny leash and collar, and you could take one on a walk, and it would just buzz around you, and you would just hold delicately onto the edge of a string. And you would name him Mortimer, I imagine. Exactly. So sorry about the the apologies are only meaningful if you make improvements, Sorry about the 6 times I broke your door. It's why I'm not mad. It's because my ship is so broken. It feels like the broken door is like a moot point. I have seen that video where they're bumping into each other in slow motion. Super cute. Exactly. Yes. Accidents happen, that's true. But if do you have this sort of problem with all doors or just mine? Gotta take another sip of this late cheap. Oh. Wooden doors. Yes, cabin doors are almost always wooden. I don't know if I've ever been in a cab. I haven't been in too many cabins, but other than the ones here at my camp. But yes, they always tend to be wooden. All right, you guys. It's been awesome chatting with you guys. It's been a hoot. Sorry I couldn't finish the drawing. I do intend to finish it for you. I'll post it up on Twitter, so be sure to follow me there. And I'll hashtag it LunaCrew. And lunart, maybe LunaCrew. Lunart, I guess, is for people who do fan art, but I'll do LunaCrew. And I look forward to seeing you guys at the next stream. The next stream is going to be Minecraft, I believe. I think I said Minecraft. I'm doing Minecraft and Hollow Knight, so I can't remember which one I picked for next time. But yes. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see you guys at the next stream. You guys are the best. So have a good night, and take care.